Alright, let's talk to Ranvi.
I bring fair tidings, Ranvi. Hemminger Jarl in Nottinghamshire has passed, but his clan remains allied to us.
Sad news, but you made the best of it.
I saw my old friend Willi on my visit. He's their Jarl now, and he's pledged to aid us in times of need. I want to see the Alliance map.
Alright, let's do Winchester next, which is in Hamptonshire.
Hytham received a message from Winchester, from someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Your hidden ally. Very interesting. More targets, I assume.
Yes. So what do you think? Could it be a trap?
As a West Saxon stronghold, Winchester will be a rather unwelcome place for you. But that is nothing you cannot handle. If you go, do not go boldly.
I'll make my way to Winchester. The letter asked me to meet a man in white at a house of God, and then recite this phrase. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom.
A passage from their holy book, I believe. Interesting. Go with care.
Alright, let's fast travel to Winchester. So we finished that arc, this Nottinghamshire arc, in about 2.5 hours. So that seems to be on track with what we've experienced before. So it's going to be about 2.5 hours per arc. So based off that, we should get through this one in about 2.5 hours, and then still have, and definitely be able to get through the Sussex
The seat of King
by the end
Alfred's
of the
power,
stream.
where hawkshit stained my boots. I will find the man in white in their god's house. This must be the house of their timid god. They built him a rich dwelling.
The Lord takes the best of us to sit beside him.
Bishop Aelfirth? He is not with God. He is locked in the flaming crypt where all heretics go.
Hush, they'll hear you.
Marcus et dixit ad vulgares de terra superbus est.
A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house. In search of Christ's redemption, I hope.
Your Christ can wait his turn. It's you I've come to see.
Is that so?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them.
I do. But I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord.
Why deny the pleadings of an unwashed pagan who aches to know God? Take me as I am, and I will do your Lord's bidding.
How great is the burden of learning for one so unworthy. But I see that no amount of instruction in the Lord's words will save your soul. Come.
Who am I to meet, priest? I cannot stand waiting in silence.
Shh. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush. Your prattling offends God's ears. We're here.
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul throngs, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
I learned that your God fears death just as mine do. Just as every man does.
Yet through our Lord, we may achieve life everlasting in his glorious presence. Perhaps you missed that detail.
Alfred?
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama? You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke is a member of the Order as well. The wolves biting at my skirts grow craftier by the day.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this and little more. This letter, signed by one who calls himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ, warns of a plot against my life.
The gallows, the quill, the Sikhs. Free men eager to kill you.
2 now. The Bishop Aelfirth is dead. He was the Sikhs, so far as I can tell.
And a humble servant of your god. That must sting.
Still, his death has strengthened Christian fellowship in Winchester. I pray the deaths of his colleagues will do the same.
You have faced warriors like me many times before, and many times you have lost or been cheated. Why trust me now?
I have men in London and Jorvik. Men who send me reports on the rise and fall of the tides of war. Not long ago, men and women of some influence were murdered in those places. In oddly specific circumstances. When I received this letter from our poor fellow soldier, it did not take long to work out why. I don't know your motive, nor what you hope to gain. All I ask is that you finish the work you have begun, before these fallen souls infest England further.
I should let the Order kill you. If I made it easy for them, they might even return Sigurd to me.
I would return him to you myself, if I knew where they were holding him. But Fulke's treachery has blindsided me as well.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. As much as you can carry. This morning, my reeve, Goodwin, was not at his post.
A man you trust?
Goodwin was following the clues given in this letter when he disappeared.
Where was he last seen?
At his house, by the West Gate. You may find something there. Eivor, compose yourself while you are my guest. My city is not a battlefield.
Not yet, Great King, but the day will come.
Writing and voice acting in this game is just so good. It's just only been maybe one situation that was really, a couple situations that I thought were poor, where they sided with drama over, I think, character and narrative. But the vast majority is extremely well done.
I need to find this reef, Goodwin. I see you, little mice.
The quill has eyes everywhere.
The kids just knocked a couple people over as they were trucking it through the streets.
Winchester mourns a good bishop and a strong, virile man. May he find peace with God.
Goodwin gone, and guards sniffing around. So where would they have taken him? Someone disagrees with Alfred educating the people of Winchester.
I'm happy to oblige.
So the Quill's Manifesto, the disputation of tutelage. People of Winchester, Alfred would force his reformation upon us. Take your children from the bosom of their family to idle away hours in the company of so-called men of God. For what? So they may read the scriptures, write their names in pig shit? Education for all? A hollow cry when you starve on the streets or die at the hands of Dane raiders. True enlightenment will not come from the sallow king, it will come from the order. The Quill.
Don't give me Alfred's jewel, I will. I shall whittle in your duck pond. Time has come for you. Let's rip
There are a lot of aggressive chickens in this world.
Broken bowls, food scattered. They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. Papers thrown on the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks, or the guards destroying evidence. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison. This area is off limits. do you see?
Okay, it doesn't look like there's a back way in.
Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man.
Paradise where you're going!
Reeve Selwyn ordered executions for petty theft and mudslinging, a husband and wife to be carried out soon. be my eyes. Evidence against the Order of Ancients, stolen from Goodwin?
Goodwin's research. I have arranged to meet Harold at the tavern under the cover of darkness. He was terrified when I approached him in the open, eyes darting left and right, as if he thought the very walls were watching us. Harold did not come. I waited for more than an hour, and when I went to his home near the minster, the place was torn apart, his belongings gone. 4 others came forward with information on the gallows' identity, and all 4 have met a horrible end. 2 were hanged in the square on petty charges. 1 was found dead, allegedly after a drunken brawl. Another has fled. The 2 who were hanged, the gallows must be another Reeve, I am sure of it. Only we have the power to judge the people of Winchester. He, the gallows, is a public figure. He outwardly opposes Alfred's reforms. I do not dare write my suspicions here. The research continues for many more pages.
Sunan, guide me.
A Dane in Winchester? These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was, and you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients, and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us. If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I have your papers here, taken from the captain of this keep.
A marvel. History will name you the Protector of Winchester. A pricking irony.
And not lost on me. Now let's go, before they discover their eel has slipped the hook. Let's regroup beyond the walls!
Awaits, coward! Give me a brick ticket or I'll piddle in your paw!
I am grateful for your help.
It's a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favored reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but defiled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They're dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven Clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name doesn't rattle some recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our three heretics smolder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
Alfred believes at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was deceased.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
Lighting's perfect right now.
The gallows? What do you know of him?
Must be another reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice, and this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn? Of course! That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, taking his servant in so terrible a fire.
Bishop Aelfirth was no man of God.
Hush! Someone has hanged men for better thoughts.
Let's take a moment to allot some skill points. Alright, the market's pretty close by. I guess I need to stay cloaked in this area for a bit.
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is obeying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid meat from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.